Today, I'm gonna share with you my favorite Killjoy setups on every map. If you're in a game right now, I'm gonna timestamp each map, so if you wanna get to the map that you are on right now, go ahead and click that. It'll be in the description below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new, and if you wanna catch my Killjoy gameplay live, I stream pretty much every day at twitch.tv/Keeoh in the evenings PST. All right, let's get into the video. Alright, so the first map that we are going to be doing is Ascent. You kind of want to play around your mollies, because if you don't and you die, you're kind of not doing the best that you could be doing for your team. So, I like to put a turret here, so then we know when they're already in. I like to put an alarm bot sometimes a little deeper here, and then I'll put a nade here, and then I'll put a nade here. When they come in, if they push sidewalk here, when this alarm bot goes off, you pop this molly and you pop this molly, and then you have pretty much this whole sidewalk. I'll often play back here with both of those mollies set up, and that'll get me a lot of kills, because then they'll push into sidewalk, my alarm bot goes off, I pop both the mollies, and then they either have to push in and die to me over here, or they back up and die to somebody that's in market. Another fun place to put your turret, which this is like just such a good spot, is right here. It's kind of hard to see, so it's really annoying, and especially if you're just trying to, like, if you have a vandal or something, you're trying to just bloom it out, you really have to, like, you might have to take a couple times at it. Another fun place to put your mollies here is in the ground. So the mollies actually don't do damage if you're below them, but they do damage up. So your molly, even though it's not anywhere showing, you can pop it and you'll take damage on the sidewalk up here. You can kind of freak some people out, and then if they go, oh no, I'm taking damage, jump down here, and then they're getting hit by the molly that's actually out here. It's pretty nuts. Generally, you'd run two people on A. You'd have somebody holding garden and cat, and somebody here. Put your turret here, and then an alarm bot right here, so then you know when they're in, and then they'll get vulnerable from that. And then I like to play off of heaven, play this for retake, especially if you can get a kill or two on your way in. But if they're in, then you can kind of force them to one side or back. So if your alarm bot goes off, you pop your molly, because they're most likely gonna see the alarm bot either shoot it or they back up because it kind of chases you. And then you can pop the molly that's right in this corner. Right when you pop your molly, you peek from heaven, and then, you know, you can generally get a couple free kills from that. This is kind of busted. Probably will get patched soon, but you can just kind of right-click, toss it in there, and that is really good if anybody's on heaven. So if you're on an attacking side as Killjoy here, and you get in hell, you can pop this, and it just absolutely wrecks heaven. Honestly, like, putting your turret anywhere, as long as your turret's getting information, I wouldn't say there's not a lot of, like, busted spots that you can put your turret. Turrets don't really matter too much. It's just for information. If your turret's here and you're playing here, your turret goes off and you swing it, they're gonna be shooting your turret. Often you can just kind of like trade kills or use your turret as a distraction. Let's jump into the next map now. Hopping in on bind. Generally on bind, I would recommend playing B, just because there are a lot of really good spots to put your stuff. Put an alarm bot outside of hookah here, and then throw a swarm grenade on the ground here. And if they jump outside of hookah, the alarm bot's gonna go off, and then you can just pop your swarm grenade, and they're pretty much dead. The amount of kills I get from this is shocking. Another good spot to put your alarm bot is in this little thing, because it just goes fully hidden inside of it. If you're playing a passive angle, it just lets you know if somebody's in hookah, then you could peek off of your alarm bot when they're looking at it. All right, next are some of the molly spots. We have this one here, which is a great one because you can't really see it too well, and if they go to plant here, they are gonna hear it. Some people just pre-fire that spot now, because you can actually pre-fire it through the wall. So some people are starting to pre-fire that spot, but if you pop that one while they're defusing, pretty hard for them to live. If you go in the middle here and you right click, it tosses it right into the corner. And this isn't as effective, but it can stop a plant. That pops, obviously, you can see exactly where it goes. And that one's pretty nasty. Putting a turret right here. So if this turret starts shooting somebody, it's either gonna be here or it's gonna be outside of hookah. If they're outside of hookah and your alarm bot goes off, you get the free molly. A common A take is they put a sage wall up right here. So what I like to do is just, I'll right click a molly over while they're planting the bomb, and then you can put a molly inside these tires, which is pretty hard to see. That should be it for bind. Let's go ahead and jump into the next map. Let's go to Haven. So I like to play Killjoy on A for the most part. I set up on A, and then I have a teammate play A, and I switch with them every round. I'll often put an alarm bot right here. I'll put a turret over here, and then I put a molly inside this little ammo box. You can put them in both of these ammo boxes, and they're just completely unseen. Again, people are starting to pre-fire these spots, and then I would generally have a teammate play A instead of me, because if they do end up taking A, you want to be able to pop your molly. So if you have a molly in that ammo box and they are planning A, you pop your molly when they start planning, they back up, wait for the molly to finish, and then they generally are going to go back in and start planning in the same spot. What you can do, there's actually a lineup right here. If you go about here, If you look at the bottom left side of my screen, I'm lined up, well, I'm lined up on one of those boxes, and then you can chuck a molly. Pretty nice for the plant. And if you're playing garage or C here, I like to put a turret in this corner because that lets you know if they're in C or in garage at all or up on C long, which generally it's going to be more of a garage indicator than the C long indicator. And then doing similar things by just putting your alarm bots around corners, forcing people kind of back up into a molly is generally a good idea. And then you can swing when you pop mollies. I don't really recommend throwing all your mollies before the round starts because honestly, they're gonna just start breaking it. Like the longer that Killjoy is a character in the game, people are just gonna be just pre-firing and breaking mollies before they even know that you've put them there, you know? This is obviously a good molly though, because it just blocks the full door. They either have to push in or back out. What you can do on like a pistol round or something, you can put like 2 different mollies in here, and if they end up rushing garage, you're playing window or something, and you pop both mollies, this covers most of garage. If you're trying to stop the plant with a molly, you can do this. There's a lineup right here. If you look at the little volcano, I found this one pretty easily. Look at the little volcano there. That lands pretty much right at the default angle, and that covers most of the plant site. The only thing is, don't go too far right, because if you go too far right, you're gonna hit the tree, so you're gonna have to play a little bit to the left. This lineup is for B site in the main part. It's not really super consistent because it's a jump throw, but if you get it right, you don't peek window or anything like that, and you can peek pretty safe, and it covers a lot of the site here. This one's whack because I just kind of go for feel, and I kind of just got it down. Was it? It's like right there. So if the bomb's planted right here, pop the volley, boom, pretty good. All right, let's jump into Split, which is probably Killjoy's best map, I would say. My favorite setup right away, right off the bat, is putting a turret over here, either on top of this or on top of this, because I've actually gotten some turret kills just from people that are super weak going into heaven. It reaches heaven, A main, it covers a lot of area, so you can get a lot of information from that one turret. In early rounds, I like to do this, especially pistol rounds. I like to put a nade right here on this crack. It covers so much. You actually take damage in every corner here. Chucking a molly there, and then I'll chuck a molly right here. Play off the alarm bot. Play right here with it on a pistol round. If your alarm bot goes off or your turret goes off and sees somebody, let them push in right when it goes off and you see them. Pop both your mollies and just swing, because they either have to push back and they're going to be hurt, or they have to push into you and they're going to be vulnerable from the bot. Generally, I like to keep my alarm bot around here, just so that I know, because even if they don't get hit by the alarm bot, they break it, you're still gonna get the information from it. And then I rotate my turret between there, and then up here. Make sure to not put it too far back, because if it's too far back, they can like kind of skate it a little bit. So I like to try to get it as close to the corner as you can. But I like to keep generally 1 nade on me at all times on this map, except for like the first couple rounds, just because in case they push A and they don't know yet, you can get a lot of kills from just having people run in. Then I can show you this little lineup. This is really good because this lineup will land right here for default. You just chuck it right there on those little leaves. This is a good nade because somebody's bound to be around here. You're bound to get some damage. Here's just another lineup for attacking side. So if you like tell your team to plant either here or here, this one's pretty easy. You just line it up with the little crack in the sky right here, and that should land back right of sight. So if you line up right here on this box, and then you go to a little bit to the right in between here, this one should land right there. Boom. And then that covers the plant that's right here. Knowing these things is just going to make you such a better player. That is it for this video. If you enjoyed these setup guides and you want to see more of it, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more content. Also, like I said earlier, I stream on twitch.tv/Keeoh every day in the evenings PST. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.